There is. Probably something that you're touching on is what's called medical decision-making capacity. That's a big one. Determining, can our older patient, can she make medical decisions for themselves, or also, by extension, can they make financial decisions
Yeah.
for themselves? Sometimes they're right on the cusp. Sometimes you think, boy, it's close, but you're not sure. So on one hand, you want to protect the autonomy of the patient. I can just imagine for myself, I would hate it if I were told that I can't make my own medical decisions, or I can't invest my money as I see fit. Or, what often comes up too in particular is I'm told I can't drive my car anymore, things like that. But on the other hand, you have to balance that with the ethical concern of, is it ethical to let the patient make their own decisions when it's clear that they cannot process the information necessary, they can't remember the necessary facts to make those decisions, they can't use that information to make a decision that corresponds to their stated goals. Because if you say, Ethel's got dementia, she clearly is not understanding what we're talking about. We're recommending that she goes for this difficult but elective surgery. She says she wants to go for it, but the benefits may be minimal, the risk is very high, but she can't understand what we're talking about. That would be probably an ethical concern that we would say, we'll let Ethel decide whatever she wants to do, even if she can't factor in the necessary facts. That would be almost be considered negligent, neglectful to say, oh, we're going to let her decide whatever. So, but oftentimes there can be that thin line between protecting autonomy, which we want to do as much as we can, but also protecting the patient when she is not able to do that. And then that gets in the question of, if they can't, what family members do we turn to? Oftentimes there's disagreements among children, for example, of what to do. They'll actively disagree.
Yeah.
Who's going to care for the patient? Can they live with a family member? Can they live by themselves? Oftentimes patients want to live on their own and they don't want anyone coming into the home, but then they fall and they break a hip. They have a lot of hoarding behavior, clutter that they can trip on, unsafe conditions. So and then the nursing homes. So, a lot of people don't want to go in nursing homes, but there may not be a better option.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ethical concerns that come up. It makes for very stimulating discussion, but also it can be heartbreaking sometimes. I've seen it before where, especially when I was working in the VA in Madison, Wisconsin, that we'd have patients who often Vietnam vets who had just alienated everyone in their family, for reasons that they couldn't completely control, but they wouldn't have a spouse or a child or a friend who would give a second thought about them, and they are falling apart, and we just have to figure out how to help them when no one else is there to take care of them.